We are live streaming, everyone.
Result. Well,
Huh, it says I can't start the video because my host has.
here's all that.
You
Oh, I
just
see.
hit the-
Okay.
But then I want to. Where's our faces?
Hey, John,
You can start video.
we can only see you.
I believe most everyone has their camera off right now. Is it giving
It
you
says
an
for me, it says I can't start my camera.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you
Same
stopped
here.
it.
The host has stopped it.
The host has stopped it.
Yes.
Start your video because the host has stopped it.
Hmm. Um,
And it says,
And that's-
this is a screen share.
Yeah, I see. Mhm.
I'll to play with it.
Yeah.
Looked like it said files, like you could go to your files.
Mhm. Okay. What's this?
Libby, are you able to put your video on? Is it stopping you?
Yeah, it says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Oh, okay.
I've never
Try it
seen
one more
anything like
time.
that.
I may have fixed it. Oh,
You
there
got
we
it.
go. Gotta love Zoom having new problems.
So here
There we go. Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
So, John, you really do have friends here. Look at
I'm just sitting here all by myself, me and my dog.
There we are.
You got your best friend behind you.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, champ.
Yep, he sees everyone.
He looks
Hey.
relaxed.
Does a pretty good job taking up that whole couch.
Oh yeah, that's firmly his property now. I'm not even allowed to sit on it anymore, I don't think.
Is Megan on yet?
She just got in the room, so she should be logging in here in a second.
I see
Yeah.
that big screen,
Wow,
isn't
yeah.
it? I think I should close the shade behind us.
Yeah, probably should. It's kind of a
While we're
glare.
waiting.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, sorry, everyone. Are we all here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order on 5:17 PM for our HPRC meeting on April 20th. Okay. Diane, can you do the roll call for us?
Sure. Megan Vickers,
Present?
Rick Wells,
Here.
Chris Hayne,
Here,
Tim Hayne,
Here.
Patty Tyler,
Here.
Lisa Manifold.
Here. Great, thank you, everyone. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at the minutes from May 19th of 2020? If so, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Approved, thank you. Okay, so our public business tonight is the hearing for the certificate of appropriateness for the library landscape improvements. And I see Libby is here. Thank you for attending, Libby. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at the packet that has been sent out?
Yes.
Okay. Libby, do you want to kind of give us a little bit of a report on the application here?
I am more than happy to do that, but yesterday at the work session, the city is now going to take over the landscape renovation project. I'm assuming, and Andy chime in if I'm wrong, but you guys are moving forward with the plans presented. but still possibly are changing the World War II memorial. So Andy's now the main applicant,
Oh,
maybe?
okay.
Is that correct? Mr. Marsh?
I did talk with Mike Davenport this afternoon. I think it would be best, since this was all through the library, to go ahead and finish this COA with the library as an applicant. And then we can move forward with the project. So I would just suggest that we continue with the library as an applicant until we finish the COA tonight.
Okay, and I can give a brief staff report, and I don't think I need to go into detail on this. There's several changes with respect to the originally approved project. Originally, it was just for a portion of the improvements that HPRC approved COA for. And in actuality, the design guidelines for the city also include guidelines regarding site work. So one of the changes is to recognize the entire plan that was done, the entire improvement plan that was done for the landscaping and other improvements that are around the project. The second one, as you know from the previous meeting, there was the discussion regarding what should be done regarding the World War II memorial. So in brief, most of the staff report is based upon the report that Alan did in 2017, and I've added to it some wording regarding the site work guidelines. And in general, as was found before, the previous improvements were found to be in compliance with the city's guidelines and the criteria of approval. And further, looking at the aspects of the site for which there are guidelines, in staff's view, they appear to also be consistent with the design guidelines and the criteria for approval. So the proposed motion before you is, again, to consider the entire site in the COA. And then number two, based on City Council's decision last night to preserve the World War II memorial and restore it in place, I have a proposed motion that I can share with you that I'll put up on the screen. Carmen, did you draft a resolution or not? Or otherwise I'll put up the motion I drafted. Okay.
Mike.
So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And so the motion is to approve the library park improvement plans of July 21, 2017, with the exception that the existing World War II memorial will be restored in its approximate location based on the findings contained in the staff report dated April 15, 2021, and subject to the following condition. The change to the plan involving the World War II memorial will be submitted to the State Historic Fund for its review and approval. And so, do you have any questions regarding the staff report?
Does anybody have any questions on that?
Do we have an image of the approved, the World War II memorial as it's going to be approved?
From what I understand, they're going to restore the memorial so it will look essentially the same as it was before the recent damage to it.
So it's going to be restored as it was.
That's my understanding. And I don't think from the meetings I've attended there hasn't been talk about modifications to the memorial.
And does that mean with the same materials and everything? Or are they gonna upgrade the materials and whatnot?
From what I believe, it's the same materials.
Hey, John, would you be able to speak to the proposal that we've received for restoring
Yes.
the memorial?
So the damage was strictly to the wooden facade of the memorial. It is on a cement footer and it's a metal cabinet with tin, painted tin with the names on it. And the damage was specifically to the wooden facade, which includes 2 glass doors in the glass, and then some crenellation on the very top of the cabinet. The proposal that we had from Tim McDonough, who's done quite a bit of historic reservation work in the city, would be to restore that wooden facade on the cabinet. The metal pieces are in really good shape. We're also looking for someone and have been connected to someone in Evergreen that can brighten the paint for the names. And so we'd also undertake that work. And then there's some other changes that may take place, just changing out the existing lights to like maybe LED lights to make it a little bit more visible. There's also been a few conversations about changing the paint color or potentially removing the crenellation on the top of the cabinet, but those are pending state approval. I've talked to Erica Dubik from the state today about this project just briefly. And as a preservation project, of course, it has different rules than a putting a new memorial would be, but they're going to look at it and just make sure that we're in good shape for whatever we do. I think what the direction from council is that if we are able to restore the cabinet without any changes, and that's okay with the state, that will be the kind of the direction of council. And if not, then we would look, we wouldn't modify the existing memorial. We would do something to the effect of what was proposed. But the first goal would be to preserve the memorial as it is now, using, local, state, and federal standards for such work.
And the staff report includes the detailed budget that I think Jonathan was able to get. And so that is included there to, if you want to look at the specific items of work that will be part of the restoring of the memorial.
And in that motion that you drafted, Mike, and it says about approving the landscape plan from 2017, is that the one that we have previously, as the HPRC, approved?
Those are the, yes, that's the previously approved plan. Yes, it is.
Okay. Does anybody want
I'm
to?
sorry, I'm sorry, those are the construction plans that were based upon the plan that was approved in January of 2017. The approval was, the actual approval for the COA was a plan from January of 2017. It's the construction drawings which were done in July of 2017.
Okay. Does anybody want to put forward that motion?
Maybe if you could put it back on the screen, Mike.
Yes.
It was rather long.
Okay, can everybody see that? Is there anyone on the HPRC who wants to put that forward?
I'll put it forward so we can vote on it
Thanks, Rick.
as it's written.
So Rick, you're moving that we approve.
The motion as it's written, yes.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I second.
Need further discussion on it? All in favor, say aye.
Hey, Megan,
Aye.
Yes?
We have to recuse ourselves,
is
so,
that correct?
Oh, okay.
yeah, because since we're involved in the design, so that's why we've been quiet.
Oh, okay. Diane, without Tim and Chris, do we have a quorum to,
Yes.
okay,
And we should correct it to the to that January date rather than the July date.
okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposed? Okay, it sounds like the motion has passed. We have approved the COA for the library landscape project. Yay.
Yay.
And sorry, just for the record, Commission High, Diane, will you note that the 2 abstentions that we have when you write up the minutes there?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you guys for your time. You brought up some really relevant stuff. I'm glad we worked it out before we moved the project forward at our last month's meeting. So appreciative of the city to be a collaborative partner and take over the project. So I'm looking forward to seeing things move, and let me know if I can help. I know this is not necessarily the meeting to say that, but I wanted to put that out there. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Libby.
Thanks, Libby.
Andy, is there a preliminary timeline for when this construction might start? Do you have any kind of a schedule set up yet?
I think the next steps will be to get approval from the state for this change for the memorial. That's probably the most urgent matter, is getting that existing World War II memorial restored. As I'm sure you all know, it's been covered for a number of months to protect it, but it really needs to be some movement to get it restored and to get it restored, repaired and restored. So another step will be to get together with Libby and to determine where they were in the process with the project, any information that they have, which they have offered to provide us whatever assistance we may need, any of the documents that they have, any of the background that they have on the project. But there is, I think, in concept, and maybe Libby might be able to describe this a little more in detail, but as I understand it, there's the intent was to move forward with a phase 1 for the landscape project this year, and that would include the mostly flat work, maybe some of the turf or astroturf or whatever is decided there, and to try to get that done this summer. And the city does have some money that's been budgeted for the library that can be put towards this. So we'll just have to put together, finalize what that proposed project will look like that we can accomplish this summer based on the funding that we have available. But we do want to accomplish the first phase, whatever that looks like, get it done, this summer or this fall. And so as far as a timeline, Chris and Tim, we might, of course, we work a lot with you at City. We would want to get together with you as far as perhaps assisting us in getting this out to bid. I know one of the struggles that we've had, and I bet the libraries had it and other organizations, is trying to find available contractors. We've been trying to get some concrete work done this spring in the city, and actually it started back in the fall when we met with the library about some concrete work that we were looking at maybe using one of the contractors that the school district are using next door. Long story short, it's been very difficult to pin down some contractors. So I think we're going to need to, of course, put this out to a formal bid, quantify what we want to do, and then get it up to bid and try to get some work accomplished.
I wanted to say too that since we've been involved with the State Historical Fund on this project, and we know Corbin Pugh really quite well. He's the one that reviews all the properties that have easements, that we'd be happy to assist with getting approval for the World War II memorial. He was the main contact that we had. I know that John said he contacted Erica, but we'd be happy to contact Corbin about this or help John.
That would be great, Chris. Perhaps maybe the first next step might be to get us all together, you and Libby and me and John and whoever else needs to be a part of the meeting, just to help identify what needs to be done with this transition and next steps. So
Okay.
if it can be this week, based on my schedule, but perhaps as early as next Tuesday, we can make that meeting happen. John?
I just wanted to say also that we really want to make sure that we center the library staff and board in the process here, because it's their facility and they've done a lot of work here. And we just want to make sure that we respect that work and remain good partners and not, taking away from all this work that has been done in the past. So that's what we really want to do, is make sure that the library is happy with this project and the way it moves forward. So
Great. Any further questions or comments about the library landscape plan? Nope. Great. Thank you. Last thing on our agenda then is public John, were you raising your hand?
Chairman Vickers, I was just going to ask you, there was an agenda item that didn't quite make it onto the agenda, and I believe that's my fault, and I apologize. And what I was hoping to do is provide you with an update on the historic survey plan, if that is okay with you and the board.
That is fine with me.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, as you all know, we had our community meeting at our last meeting of the HPRC related to the historic survey plan grant that we got from the state about a year ago. We have been in contact with the state and we're still in good standing for that grant. They understand the intricacies of COVID and navigating public meetings and all of that kind of thing. We had boards at City Hall for the last month, and we've had one person look at them. So maybe not the exact kind of thing that we wanted to have happen there with those boards, but I do think we're still kind of dealing with COVID and it's been just a tricky situation. We're also working with Mary Therese, who's the person who's doing that survey, to make sure that we continue to provide an avenue for the public if there's any questions. I do think at this point she's going to finish her work, and then we will have another community forum to discuss her draft plan that she will give us. You all will have input on that plan just to make sure that it fits the needs of our organization, but it is kind of dictated by the state what it looks like in the pieces and the parts and all of that work. So I just kind of wanted to tell you that that work is ongoing, and we will have that meeting scheduled. I think that she'll probably be done by the end of the summer, and then that's probably when we'll schedule for the last piece of the community engagement. So if there's any specific questions you guys have about that, I wanted to answer them, but I just wanted to let you know that we're still moving on that project.
Great. Thanks, John. Does anybody have any questions about that? I think it's great. It's moving forward. Yay. Okay, then the last thing on the agenda then is public comment. Is there anybody I see? I don't know. Am I missing? There's Richard Woods. Did you have a comment?
Dick's with the library. He's the president of our trustee district board. So
I want to thank you, yes, for going ahead with the project at the library. And I think the resolution is excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for all of your work. Okay, well, if we don't have anything else, I think we can adjourn. It is, well, I guess, do we want to set a meeting for next month?
I think there's one scheduled, right?
Is there
Andy?
one? Okay, what is that one?
The third Tuesday of the month. And I don't have a calendar handy.
I think that's the 18th.
The 18th?
Hey, Mike, can you just give a preview of what's planned for that meeting?
Well, I think there's two items. One is the smaller item may be the restroom windows, if you get that information from the architect. And then the second is the design guidelines provide for a preliminary application or review of a project by the HPRC. The person who is renovating 1601 Minor Street, the lodge, would like to come and make a preliminary presentation of his project.
Oh, good.
Colorado.
I'm sorry, 1601 Colorado.
Great, okay. So everyone make sure that's on your calendar for May 18th for our next meeting. And I will officially adjourn this meeting at 5:39 p.m. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank